All right. Well, I think we're going. I had to stop in here to Yamada Denki to pick up a couple of connectors for stuff, but today we're gonna be okay. No, that's cool. We're gonna be talking about Ghosn Ghosting Japan, and what I think probably happened. Not all the details are out at this point, but I think enough are there to be able to make some conclusions. So let's roll that thing. All right, so so Carlos Ghosn, CEO of Nissan and generally overly rich dude, decided to ghost himself out of Japan and spirit himself away. Because that's the name of an anime. Anyway, yeah, it was funny for me, so I don't care. So the initial reports were he had a concert at his apartment in Tokyo and got in one of the music instrument cases and left that way, but a couple of days later turned out he just walked out the front door. So good for him, because he realized that the surveillance cameras weren't being actually monitored all that often. He then went and got on the Shinkansen and came down to Osaka, as one does, rather than drive, because that would have taken too much time and probably too many opportunities for him to be spotted, would be my guess. And you know, getting on the Shinkansen in the winter time, it's not that big of a deal. You just go and walk on, no names, nothing. So then my guess is probably this is where the once he got down to kicks, this is where the instrument case or oversized luggage or chest or whatever came into play. In order to get him onto his private jet, they put him in a big old box and put him on the plane, and then he got out of the big old box and had a very nice flight to Turkey, where probably he was met by French diplomats who handed him a new copy of his passport, and from there he got on another plane and went to Lebanon, much to the chagrin of everyone who found this to be a surprise. Now there are a lot of people who the problem with Ghosn is you don't want to root for him. However, the justice system in Japan is severely screwed up, so you kind of I feel like I kind of have to say good on him for getting out, because I do believe he's right. I do not believe he would have had a fair trial, and I believe that they would have just nailed him to the wall because and partially probably because he's a foreigner taking over a Japanese company who people feel very strongly about. And so now, does that mean that he didn't do the stuff that he's accused of? I have no idea. My inclination is to believe that, yeah, some of the financial mishandlings, as far as him using Nissan's money for personal stuff, probably did happen. As far as Nissan not reporting his income correctly, I believe that that's on Nissan, because you know that cat did not do his own taxes. So as far as the income tax evasion, I don't think so. I think that can be laid at Nissan's feet. But as far as him using Nissan money for things that benefited him and not necessarily the company, seems likely. But I don't think it was just him that was doing it. I think that for the most part, most CEOs, not all of them, okay, let's go with many then. Many CEOs have a similar layout and use the company's money for things that they probably ought not use it for. However, it's kind of a gray area. There's no specific rule saying that you can't use it for this, that, or the other. But yeah, so is he guilty of some of this stuff? My assumption is, yeah, probably. Should he go to trial and go to court and face penalties for it? Yes, absolutely. Whether he does that in Lebanon or in Japan will have a huge... I don't know if Lebanon is also a great place for him to go to court, because I don't know how fair that trial will be in the other direction. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out. He's supposed to give a press conference this week in the next couple of days, and I expect we'll see, we'll get more details about that then. He, of course, proclaims that he's completely innocent. I don't think he's completely innocent. However, I do not think that his fleeing Japan was necessarily the wrong move. I don't think, because if you look at Japan's 99% conviction rate or higher, I think that the Japan's justice system severely needs reformed. You know, they're gonna say, well, because of the Yakuza, you know, we need to, it has to be this way or that way, and it's like, no, I don't think so. And if I am arrested today on suspicion of something, they will put me in a hole for 23 days. I'll lose my job and lose everything else, and there won't be anything I can do about it. Japan does have the right to remain silent and not convict or not incriminate oneself. However, most of the time people don't do that. They talk because the police keep telling them, if you talk now, we will be able to, we will help you. But I'm of the firm belief that you just don't talk to the police about anything, because they're there to convict people of crimes and not necessarily to get you off. They're there to put people away. Again, and that does not mean that the police are bad people. I think they're perfectly fine people doing a very difficult job, but I do think that that it matters as far as you know, what the situation is, and the way that the rules are set up. It's not, you do not want to be arrested here for anything. And if it's down between, if a fight happens between a foreigner and a Japanese person, that foreigner's probably gonna be arrested, and the Japanese person not necessarily, regardless of what the eyewitnesses say. So it's a hard truth, and I think Japan, it's something that Japan definitely needs to work on, and stuff like that. So yeah, so Ghosn Ghosts Japan just leaves them, was there, and then they weren't, and then that was it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with this over the next little while. Nah, you're good. You're gonna leave me that great parking spot? Absolutely, you can go. Because I'm gonna go hit that charger in a little bit, because my mobile studio likes free juice. And so that will be me signing out, because I have to go to the eye doctor today and get my contact lens prescription renewed, and I need to get a prescription for glasses because I've gotten them before. I just have been too lazy to go in and get the prescription for the glasses filled. So I think after I'm done with this, that Costco will be next on my list. All right, I think probably I'm good. So thank you very much. I will talk to you later. See ya.